producers. This is your publisher, Kristen Brindley, and I'm here with the wonderful Sherry Skinner. Thanks so much for being with us.
All right.
She is our partner spotlight for our October issue, so if you haven't checked it out, it's the Cancer Awareness issue. It's just page 26. Superstar. And Sherry has a really great background. She was a television producer for Nickelodeon. She's been in real estate for over 20 years, kind of in her blood, like her parents were agents. So last 6 years with Interstate Moving, which is a family-operated business, but 75 years. They've been in business for 75 years, 18,000 moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 18,000 moves this past year.
Yes.
Good Lord, that's a lot of moves. And Sherry is their client services manager. And Sherry, did you always think you'd be client services manager of Interstate Moving?
No.
Can you tell us about your story? Like, how did that end up happening? And, give us a little bit about your history?
Sure. After I married my husband, we moved up to this area. I had been a realtor in Central Florida for 15 years and got my license back in '84, so I really grew up in real estate. Anyway, after we moved up here, I decided to look for something that was related to real estate that I thought that I would be good at. And I went to a job fair, met somebody at Interstate. We started talking about it, and I thought, well, I can do this.
Absolutely. You're doing a great job. So can you tell us a little bit about what it means to be a client services manager at Interstate?
Yes. So as a client services manager, I actually feel that my clients are realtors and realtors' clients. What my job is to make sure that I'm out in the realtor community, I'm helping the realtor community, I'm finding out their needs for the moving industry and how we can help their clients best, and telling them about programs that we have to help them. For example, we have a clutter buster special, and that's to help declutter a house before you put it on the market. So either the realtor tells them what to take out of the house, or if they work with a stager, they can tell them what to take out of the house. And then we can send out 2 storage containers, 2 guys for 4 hours to fill those 2 storage containers, and then it includes 2 months of storage for a flat fee of $550. It also includes $15,000 of coverage for their items. So as opposed to someone getting a container that they have dropped off outside of their house and them taking 2 weeks, a month, 2 months to fill that up, the realtors can list their house much faster because we get it done in half a day.
So you really look at it from the perspective of the real estate agent and what would really help them and their consumer. That's great.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So for Interstate to be where it is now, can you tell us a little quick history blip for us? Like, what did they start as? What all do you all offer now? Like, it's a much bigger process now, 75 years later, right?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah. So actually, when the company started in 1943, Mr. Morrissette had 1 warehouse, 1 truck in D.C., in the southeast side of D.C., and he grew that to the company moving out in the 1970s to the Springfield area and what we have now today, which is a facility in Springfield. That's our main headquarters and we have about 300 employees. We have a facility in Sterling, Virginia as well, and we have a facility in Landover, Maryland. And we have warehousing in all those areas, and as well as dispatching out crews from those areas.
That's fantastic. So what services do you guys offer right now?
So we're a full service mover. So we do storage. We can do long-term or short-term storage. We do local moves in the greater DMV area. We do long distance moves. We can do people that are moving into the area and out of the area. We do international moves as well. And we do company moves. We have a logistics department that handles that as well.
Beautiful. That's a lot of moves. Can you tell us, the real dirt? Where do you guys, what people tune in for? How do you guys get business? Where do you find your clients? Do you advertise?
We do advertise. We're very happy that we joined the Nova Real Producers. It's been really good for us to be able to reach out to the top 500 realtors in the area. We also have a marketing department that handles a lot of the social media. I put some of my activities on my own personal Facebook page, and I'm fortunate to have a lot of realtors that follow me there. And I spend a lot of time volunteering for different committees at boards of real estate and things like that as well.
You're really involved, especially like NVAR Cares, and what all committees and what things are you involved in?
So I am been fortunate this year to be on the NVAR Cares Committee. For those of you that aren't familiar with what that is, the Cares Committee has funds that we're able to we have different charities that are local charities that come in, and we're able to grant them money to help their charities out to grow. We helped over 20 charities this year. We do have a big fundraiser coming up, and it's called the Party with a Purpose. So every single ticket sale from that is going to go to 5 local charities.
That's great.
And that fundraiser is November 6th, and you can get your tickets through nvar.com. I'm also a member of the Women's Council of Realtors, Northern Metro Network, and I'm also on the affiliate committees in Dulles Area Association of Realtors and Prince William Association of Realtors.
Beautiful. So you're actually supporting in a lot of different roles. That's great. Every business has a secret weapon, something or someone or a habit that you can attribute like a lot of success to. What do you think that is for you and for Interstate Moving?
Well, for Interstate, it's obviously me.
I love it. That's great.
I would say that the fact that we train people before they go out on a job. Interstate was really the first moving company, and some other ones have created this afterwards, to have an actual training house. And all of our movers go through a minimum of 80 hours of training before they go out, get put on a job.
That's great. So you're not practicing on actual consumers and clients.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Exactly. Makes the client happy that people know what they're doing, that they're moving quickly. It makes the crews work better together because they've all learned the same thing.
That's beautiful. Consistency and systems are very helpful.
Yes.
And you're a busy lady, like I know you go, and so we appreciate you being here today. Can you tell us a little bit about like your day-to-day and what it is that you do? Yeah.
Well, I have the committee meetings that I've mentioned. Usually most of those are once a month. Also as part of the NVA Cares Committee, I'm fortunate enough to be able to do some volunteer work, like we filled bags of food at United Communities, and I've been on builds at Habitat for Humanity a couple times, which is awesome.
I love those, yeah.
I go to events that realtors are at to meet realtors, and I also host lunch and learns that I do with other business partners that are also part of Nova Producers. 123 Junk and I like to do stuff together, Staged Interior. So we can do lunch
all
and
great
learns.
Companies.
Yes. So we can do lunch and learns for offices, and host office meetings as well.
So can you tell us what is like the next 1 to 5 years look like for you and for Interstate? Like what is it you guys are looking to accomplish?
Well, I think what's interesting is the moving industry is adapting to. There's a lot of different forces that is making it need to adapt. And so I think what's important is that we're able to find out what we need to do to keep serving people the best in their moves. And I'd really like to get realtor input on what they would like to see moving companies do more to make things better for their clients.
Beautiful. So you'd like their input on what it is that they and the consumer are looking for.
Yes.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great way to do things. So how do people know if they want to get in? So this is a question I like to ask. Like, how do you think people know if they want to get into the moving industry? Like, say, like moving, drivers, moving consultants. Because I believe you guys are growing and so on. How would people know that they want to get into that?
Well, if they want to get their CDL license, they can be a driver, and we're always looking for drivers. We're always looking for movers as well. It's not an easy job. but it is rewarding. We've actually have some employees that have been with our company we just had a celebration for someone. They've been with our company for 30 years yesterday.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, and as far as a move consultant, that's how I started in the moving industry. And essentially, what I would say is when I went to someone's house to give them an estimate, if your background is real estate and you want to get into this, I'd always say it's just like a listing appointment, but instead of looking at their house, you're looking at their stuff.
That's great. So Sherry, do you have like a fun story you could tell our real producers?
Yeah, so my first year that I was a move consultant, I had on my schedule to go to meet with Barbara Levin in DC. So I showed up at Barbara Levin's house, and she told me her husband was running late. So she said, let's just go in the living room and chat about the move until he shows up, because he's late all the time. And we're sitting there, and I hear the back door open. I hear, I'm home. And then in comes this disheveled looking man that I recognize as Senator Carl Levin.
Oh my.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hi.
Yeah, exactly. So my heart's kind of like, whoop, because this was the first senator I met. This is definitely like a DC only story. And so we went through the house, and then he told me that he had items from his office that he had just recently retired from in a storage unit. So he said, why don't I drive you over there? I'll meet you at the front. So he pulls up in the smallest Chevrolet that Chevrolet makes, because he's from, if you don't know Carl Levin, he's from Detroit, Michigan. So of course he's got to be driving a Chevrolet. So
Nice to be. Yeah.
he shows up in that, and I jump in the car. He drives me over to the storage unit near Nat Stadium. We get there, the elevator's broken. He's over 80, by the way. And he turns to me and asks me if I'm okay with going up 2 flights of stairs. So I said, yes, I'm fine. So we go up the 2 flights of stairs. We go to his unit. He has a little trouble opening it. He gets it unlocked, and he's trying to open the door, and then he turns to me and says, this is harder to get into than the Kremlin. It was golden.
That's fun, and it is a DC story, isn't that? Like, it's a DC story. You heard it here at Nova Real Producers. Thank you so much for being with us today, Sherry.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, back at you, very much so. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
You've heard it from Nova Real Producers.